All right. Well,
All right, everyone,
yeah.
please grab pen and paper.
Yeah.
We're just gonna send a lot of stuff your way tonight, so.
And a lot of it's a recap from what we did, the last few days, but oh boy, did we get a lot of information. We even had to come back and kind of look at it all again. So one of the highlights is, and this has been a sleeper product. I want to talk about the fat burn. And it's so funny because I was talking to one of my offices today, and I thought I videotaped when they were talking about a lot of details on the studies and how the product works. And a lot of times people, really, and I think because traditionally weight loss products, you feel them when you take them. They work on the adrenal glands. They're not terribly good for you. And people, they either have heart palpitations or raciness, and some people like that, but it's really not good for us. It's not good for us. So, we have the fat burn, which doesn't do any of that. It's a true biohacking product there. But in talking to one of these offices, the big take that the two of us got was an additional 181 calories burned per day. So we could do that over a week. We can do that over a month. We can do that over a year. That's pretty exciting. Somebody's, yeah. That's pretty, I don't know who that is. Steve, maybe. Yeah. Okay. So, that's pretty exciting when you think about it. There's probably not another weight loss product out there that I've ever heard that. And there's lots of studies on why it's working and why we're getting great results. And particularly, we've had the studies on the inches around the middle and stuff and why it works. But, that was just, it got me excited about the product again. And like I said, I would bet Bobby and I are probably one of the biggest sellers of fat burns with some of the offices we have. We have a lot of product that we have offices that just move in all types. I mean, there's GIs, there's family practice, there's OB. It's, across the board on different types of practices and stuff. So the cool thing is, even if you just order a bottle of fat burn, it ships free. But they got a bunch of packages where you can add, fat burn and Axio and Protandim, the NRF2 and stuff. And again, all that ships free. It doesn't have to be the $150. So free shipping on fat burn there. So that was the one thing. And they're calling it No Gain November because, November coming right off the heels of Halloween. And then we got Thanksgiving and we haven't even gotten into December with all the parties. People pack on a good 5 to 10 pounds of holiday weight. So even if you can just not add the weight, you're ahead of the game right there. So you start the new year at the same weight instead of being 5 to 10 pounds. Super, super important. Another great surprise was Collagen Cash. It's going to be back through February. I know we're all so excited about it.
Just make sure everyone understands the Collagen Cash, the way it has been, ends in October. That means everybody that we've been paid on, that's over. Okay. And the way you're going to see it in the future, which makes a lot of sense. See, you had a lot of people getting Collagen Cash off of people that got involved 6, 8, 10, 12 years ago. So now that's all erased. And the whole point of the Collagen Cash is for all of us to go get new distributors and new customers and to keep getting the Collagen Cash on that through February. And, we've gotten a good feel on how they think at corporate. And if that works, then they'll just keep doing it. Maybe they'll take a month off and then they'll do it again, and they'll take them off. So that's the mentality. So whatever we got through October, those customers don't count come November. November, it's a brand new list. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So just in case you don't, go ahead, Zuma. You're muted.
So if they are repeating, even though they are old in October or a few months ago, if they're on the second order, it won't count.
No, it's like everyone's at 0 on October 31st.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Another, some of the Axios, some of the older flavors, we had the peppermint and the, is it spicy plum, or some of the older Axios, the winter flavors are back out. So, if you were a big fan of those last year, go ahead there. You could actually have those hot, which, as you get into the cooler months, we don't really have those in Florida, but the cooler months, you're gonna want to use those. They did come out with a new daily wellness. It's a lemon ginger flavor. Again, you know, there's so many, actually, Dr. Goodman did a great piece on that. And if I can steal that, I'll put that in our Lifespan Matters group. But a lot of good reasons to be using daily wellness, particularly as we get into the winter and more colds and stuff. But that's $52.49 is for the new ginger wellness. And I think that's only going to be a limited time. So once they do sell out on that, that'll be that. So.
Hey, and I'm not playing doctor here. I would never do that, but you know, I've never gotten a flu shot. I don't ever plan on getting a flu shot. If you're in that category where you have concern about flu shot, you got to be drinking the daily wellness. That is an immune boosting product. Okay. So I'm just saying, if you're, you know, if you get flu shots, great. I'm not in that category. And make sure you're drinking the daily wellness that has been formulated for immune system. So just an FYI.
And we could spend the next half hour on why that works, but like I said, I'll try to throw that in there. The other thing is the rank up to Pro 4, the race to Pro 4.
That's a big one.
Yeah, the company is.
That's a big one.
It's a big one. Yeah, yeah. You know, particularly for our group, because we've had a lot hanging out, Pro 3, you know, Pro 2. So it's going to be a big one for our group. The who gets the 400? The sponsor?
The person, no, the
Okay.
person that achieves it gets the
Okay.
400.
Okay. And does the sponsor get anything?
Yeah, the sponsor, the first paid as 5 upline gets 100.
Okay, so 400 to the rank advancer and 100 to the upline. So,
But also you can qualify if you've been there and you fell off. You can re-qualify and get a $200 bonus and the upline get 50. Okay, so if you do it for the first time, it's 400, 100. If you re-qualify because you had it and you fell off, then it's 200 and then 50.
you know, and this is the time of the year where our businesses explode. This is the time of the year of people concerned about health. We're going into the holidays. How do they look? Are they looking good? You know, the collagen comes in, you want to boost the immune system. You want to have a good holiday season. So, you know, and business is right on the tail of that because they'll all have holiday expenses. So, you know, again, as you're bringing on your customers or you're bringing on your distributors, you know, you need to work through those people. And I think that's something that a lot of people don't do. I know Dana just did it with an older distributor, got under there with a customer who wants to be a distributor now. Even if you're just out looking for customers, you have to follow up with those customers and find out who else they know, who else wants those same benefits. As they're telling you that their skin has never looked better, or they love their after picture, or whatever they're saying about that, you know, you need to say who else wants those same benefits. That's how you're going to grow your organization. It can't always be based on just all the people we know. You know, you actually double and triple your organization and the people the contacts that you have working through people. You know, so I can't
Look,
stress
you
it.
know, it's a network marketing business for a reason. And we do draw a lot of what the term they use these days are hyper recruiters. And they have the ability to, you know, just bring in a lot of people, but it never duplicates. And, you know, if there's a reason why you see illustrations of 3 turning to 9, turning to 27, turning to 81, there's a reason. There's a reason why you see 525, 125, 625, and that's based on referrals, okay, and getting people in the referral business. And, you know, the one thing, and what I love about Dana, and Dana, by the way, you have a new team member in Linda Harris, and Linda, you have a new partner in Dana Dema. You'll meet her in New Orleans, if not before, but I'll make sure you guys have each other's cell numbers. Okay. So, but what you want to do is when, like April was saying, when somebody's describing what happened, always say, who do you know that would be interested in getting that? But you also want, when somebody inquires, and this is what I love about Dana, when somebody inquires, this was a customer that had been on products for a while, that is under, let's just say, a distributor that hasn't been very active. The first thing she did was make sure that that distributor was qualified to get paid when that customer upgraded. That's the integrity you need to bring to the business every day. Okay. That's called doing it the right way. And you get rewarded for good behavior in this business. Believe me, it comes back over and over again. So go ahead, Abe.
Okay, so New Orleans, we were
New
talking
Orleans.
a
Who's
lot about
excited
that.
about
Yeah, a
New
lot.
Orleans? Come on. Yay. I know. I wish it would next week,
doing these like every other month or something, but anyway, so New Orleans, the registration price goes up from 79 to 149 tonight. So if you have not registered, and for most of us, that's a much easier flight. It's a much easier drive.
Yeah.
Gives us quite a bit of time to look for airfare. So it's.
Oh, and we've already had distributors tell us, again, the spring break goes all through March and April, depending on where you live. But we've already had people tell us, hey, we're bringing the kids, we're bringing the family, we're gonna make use of business and spring break and tight. New Orleans is a heck of a town if you want to go play for a while. I mean, it's, we're looking forward to hanging there, and we've never had a chance to hang there. We've been there for short. Land at the airport, drive up to Lafayette or New Iberia or something, but we've never hung out. So we're going to add a few days, and we'll get into the whole Airbnb thing with you. Actually, finish what you're going to say now. Go a little bit with the Airbnb.
Go ahead.
We did for the first time. We did an Airbnb this time, and I'm telling you, I don't know that I'll ever do a hotel again. I just really liked it. Okay, and what we're going to be looking at, since we have 5 months, before it comes up, there are a lot of corporations that own a lot of them. And we're going to be looking on where maybe there's 3 or 4 houses on the same block. Okay. Where if people want to do it that way, we can all be within a house or 2 or around the corner, from each other. Obviously you can't all be in one house, but we want to make sure that, anybody wants to do that. And some EMS is that, I mean, Zuma does it as a business. There's people that are good, but we had a brand new house. It had been just remodeled, and I just love the idea. And here's the best part. It ended up costing less than half that you would have paid if you had a hotel, less than half. Okay. The hotel for 3 nights would have been $700-800. And a bedroom in the Airbnb was $425. So it was half price, and you had a whole house, kitchen, all outside toys to play with, barbecue, whatever you wanted to do. So we're really happy with that. So we're going to be looking to do that in New Orleans.
Yeah, plus it keeps us all together. We've said before, it's not necessarily the training from the front of the room, which is great, and the testimonies are good. But it's that one-on-one time, that group conversation where, you could get your questions answered and your thoughts. And, I think that training is invaluable too. So I always enjoyed the breaks. I wish we took more breaks. I understand 2,000 people can't go to the bathroom at the same time, but I always did enjoy when we did take breaks, being able to go across the room and talk to whoever I wanted, whose ever brain I wanted to pick. So yeah, so that gave us a lot more time there, whether it was, early in the morning or.
No, I'm telling you, there was as much friendshipping and knowledge exchange and ideas exchanged during a 3-hour pizza party with wine and beer as people learned in 2 days. And don't get me wrong, I love the testimonies, the stories, the training. I love everything about the event, but I love hanging with you guys and doing that more. Okay, that just is better. So.
Okay, so the last thing is they redid the packs, the enrollment packs. And I'm a big fan of knowing your enrollment packs, not only knowing what's in the packs, how much they cost, what you get paid, because if you don't know what you earn, you can't tell somebody else what they earn. And the whole way that you spin something is not I earn, but when you get somebody to do what you do, you earn.
Yeah, it's what you earn,
Yeah.
not what I earn.
Yeah, so, you have to know those basic figures. So, I have to go write them on my board again. I wrote some notes here and stuff. But you'll see I break it down to the cost of the package, the retail amount, and then the points on it, and then what I get paid. So really important, know the cost of the package, the points, and what you earn. If
And
you
the three new ones are easy. They're 250 points. 40% of that's $100. So the three new packs, you earn 100 and they would earn 100 when they enroll someone. So that one is easy. And then the new elite pack
Mhm.
is 850 points,
850,
right?
yeah.
So you make $340 and they make $340. Okay, so that's, there's only two numbers. Now, we thought the collagen pack, we didn't see it right away yesterday,
there,
but
yeah.
that's still there
Yeah,
too.
it's still there.
The collagen, the glow pack, that is still there. And
It was too early. I signed an elite package at the airport and I was trying to work off my phone. So, and I was looking for that one. Couldn't find
tell
one.
me
but-
she don't make the most of her time. She got a new customer on a glow
Yeah,
pack
that's-
and a new elite pack while we were sitting at the airport. I said, you just made us about $500. I said, I'm happy.
But again, it's from knowing the figures. It wasn't what she was spending on it, but we were talking about everybody she knows. And she's a very successful businesswoman. So, the 1,000 was nothing. And when she talked about, other people earning 340, her earning 340 and the collagen, they could get excited about that. So again, that's presentation. You have to know those figures and be really comfortable so that you can, create whatever picture you need for whoever. I mean, obviously, if somebody's just getting by and money's an issue, $100 is a lot. So you'll go to one of those other three packages. If it's somebody that's playing, at a bigger gambling table or something, playing with more expensive cars, then you have to be able to paint a bigger picture for that person. So if you know those numbers, and it's okay, if you only know 250, that's a number you can go off your head. But, if you know the points and the amount earned, even if you have to, use a calculator or round it off or something, but if you don't know where to start with any of that, it makes it really, really hard. So just
and the other
memorize
number,
those.
and you probably already know this now, but the other number we should all know is we get $45 when someone buys collagen. And when they're doing the collagen cash, we're getting an extra 15, so it's 45 or 60. And right now it's 60, in two separate payments because they pay the cash separate.
We don't ever really want to talk percentages.
Right.
People, they lazy brains. It's not that they couldn't do the math. They have lazy brains these days. And so people would rather have it spelled out for them. They don't really want to have to think that much, particularly with math. People have gotten extremely lazy with math. It used to be certain people. I know, Bobby, your brain probably isn't as good as it used to be. I mean, he was like, he'd know what was in my checking account more than I knew. So, I mean, he was always really good with the numbers, but people, like I said, it's just laziness, so, give them the actual numbers, round it off. And then if you have to show the picture, do the multiplication for them. Don't expect them to be able to paint that in their head. It just doesn't happen. So the Essential Glow, which is the 2 NRF2 and the 2 collagen are in there. Then there's 3 other packages in there, each a little bit different, and then the Elite. So
Now, keep in mind with the Elite, it is the new Elite pack. Okay, I just wanted it's the best value that has ever been offered in the 5 years that we've been with LifeVantage. Okay, it's about $1,800 worth of product. It's $9.99, and then you get 8 registrations for the LVAs, and you get an event pass, meaning
There's 2
you
in
can
there.
either use it for either New Orleans or a year from now, it's San Antonio. The next global is in San Antonio in October. So that's an immediate savings of, well, right now with New Orleans, either $79 or $149 immediately. So anyway, a lot of value in that. Yes, collagen is in that. And so is the assortment of all the other products, in there too. So.
the other thing, particularly if you were with us in Phoenix, we try to take a lot of pictures. The number one thing people want and don't have is travel. So I know many a times I talk to people and I'm talking about, sharing the products of the opportunity. And one of the things they always say to me, and I hear it again and again, is you travel a lot. So you want to be able to put pictures up, grab whatever pictures you can from the weekend. If you don't have any, I'll see what I have that I took of you. I tried to take and share many pictures, but you want to show that you traveled. So that post that's on Facebook, you want to put a post on Facebook, those same pictures can be up in stories. Got to show people that you're having fun and that you're traveling. That is the biggest draw for a lot of people. Yeah, they want to make money. Yeah, they want their face have less wrinkles. Yeah, they want to lose weight. But more than that is travel. Travel is the number one thing. And even those that travel like for business, that's not the same as just traveling and having fun. So, we always want to show that because I know that's a big draw for me. A lot of times people just start a conversation with, oh my goodness, you travel so much. What do you do? So, try to share as much of that as possible as a recap, not that we launched fat burn or collagen or anything, but that you traveled somewhere and had fun.
Yeah, we always have a list of what's coming up. I know this month, April's going to Chicago. I'm going out to Utah. April's going up to New York in December. We're going to be in Puerto Vallarta in January. I'm telling you, the attractiveness, and this is all for pleasure. Okay. This is, even when LifeVantage is involved, okay, it's still pleasure. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes we're taking care of some business too, but when you really understand this business, there's no separating business and pleasure. It's all business and it's all pleasure all the time. You just wearing both hats at all times. You never miss an opportunity to share your product and opportunity, and you never miss an opportunity to have fun while you're doing it. And that's, you saw, it's been a long time for some of us, with traveling, but you see how just getting together with 10, 15, 20 people, how much fun it could be, just having lunch together, just having pizza together, just having wine together. It's fun, and with this whole COVID thing that went on, and everything the government's doing and the lockdowns and all that. Hey, it's been a while for a lot of people since they had fun, and that people want to have fun. So don't minimize that. Okay. That is a big one. All right.
And
The number one
the
thing
company,
tonight. I'm sorry.
the
who was that?
company, the parties that the company threw for us, they will have even popsicles, ice cream popsicles. It was like, oh my God.
Yeah, the
wanted
street
that.
party was a great idea. I mean, it was so funny. You started seeing people walk by with ice cream or popsicles, and everybody's like, where did you get that? Everybody wanted to know, where did that come from? Because it was the perfect temperature to have a popsicle or an ice cream. It was just perfect. And so, yeah, the street party was fabulous. And we had a party before the Elite on Thursday night, and it was crazy fun. So they know how to do it, but the best stuff is when the groups do it. And some of you, keep in mind now, New Orleans is 5 months out. I want you thinking about maybe getting your own Airbnb for your team and doing it. We're not going to be able to get one that has 50 people. Okay. We're not going to be able to do that. So there's going to need to be multiple ones. That's why we want to check and see, if there's multiple ones on the same block or around the corner from each other. But, be thinking about your team, and we can always all get together and figure that out while we're there. But it would be neat if we all did it, so, but anyway, the big thing tonight, like that isn't all a big deal that we just talked about, but is our collagen launch is Wednesday night. Okay. And for the next 2 days, and I mean this sincerely, there's nothing of more value that you can do than to spend the next 48 hours getting people on Wednesday night at 8:30 Eastern. Okay. That's by far the most important thing you could do in the next 48 hours. The way you build this business is, and they talked about it from the stage, is, putting ASSES, putting butts in seats. Okay. And those seats could be in front of a Zoom. It could be in front of a video. It could be in front of a live event. Okay. But butts in seats is how you earn money. And that's why people do events. So our next event for our team is Wednesday night. Okay, that's the next event. And you earn money by having butts in seats, and from having butts between 8:30 and 9 o'clock in seats on Wednesday night is how you earn money. So every customer you have, you should invite on. Every distributor you have, you should invite and ask them to invite their customers. And every prospect or anybody that you've talked about, or talked with, should be on. Okay. Spamming won't work. Okay, don't think you can just spam the invite or spam the text and people will show up. People are going to show up when you personally talk to them. That's when they're going to show up. Okay, not from spam messaging. They're not going to do that. So just, I've tried that. I've done that. It's not an original idea. Okay, it's like, I've tried doing it with my phone. I've tried doing it with instant messenger. I've tried doing it on Facebook, but the ones I take a few minutes to talk to, explain why I'm excited, they're the ones that show up. So.
Yeah, I'd even call them on the phone or whatever. So, and those of you that have people in the areas, you should be doing some kind of event where you can pull in some non-distributors and distributors together and do something fun. Lunch on Saturday, we do happy hours here, and I kind of mix it up, and it's been great fun that way. It gets you, and I warn distributors, we're not talking shop, there's no shop, but inevitably it always comes up something about the products or collagen, which sucks in the new people. So, give that a thought too. If it starts with just two of you, then look to invite one new person, or if you each bring one person that's not in the business. It's that fun and that social that you can quietly drip on somebody goes a long way, because again, people will get involved with you if they like you. If they like hanging with you, that fear of going to a meeting or getting on a Zoom is erased. They're not like, it's not
Well,
like.
we have a customer that was cold market Facebook, but local. April tries to do everything local so she can meet him in person. And she's developed a relationship with this customer, and they're having a Halloween party this week, and we're invited to the Halloween party at their house. So now we're going to go meet all their friends, and everybody's going to ask, how do you know each other? Like, how did you meet or whatever? You don't have to try and bring it up. They're going to bring it up. They're going to want to know how you know them. And, so it's really worth having conversations with people and talking to people. It's,
Friendshipping with.
yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. So that's all we got. We can open it up and unmute yourself if you have any questions about anything anything that's on your mind. So just unmute yourself.
I just want to, before I go, because I have to go for a worshipping, I want to introduce Veera Hajduk. She's there in our Zoom. She joined my team, and she's a distributor, and she will be coming for all the training, and also she will be coming for the Zoom, and I've told her to bring as many people as possible.
Great.
Welcome, Vera.
Guys, welcome.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Nice to meet
and you can include her in our group chatting so that she gets
So
everything.
I'll add her to the thread so she gets our text directly in the future.
Yeah.
Okay. And for those that have an interest in Chicago coming up on November 5th, I'll have the invites for that on Wednesday after we finish our launch. Okay, which is still 10 days in advance, way in advance, but I'll have invites for everybody for November 5th, which is a live meeting. And if you know anyone in Chicago, Dr. Catalina Egregia, she's hosting it at her office with Dr. Castori. And I know Zuma is flying in. April's going to fly in to do the presentation. So if you know anyone in the Chicago area that's interested in collagen or learning about a new business, Allie, I heard you hung out up there for a while. So your sister let me know that you were up there for a while. So look, a lot of people know people in the Chicago area. That's, it's like knowing somebody in New York. So that's November 5th. It's a Saturday morning from 10 to 12. So just save the date. We're not going to talk anymore about it till we get our launch behind us Wednesday night. And then we'll have, we'll have invites for that for everybody. Anyone? The mics are open.
Bobby, it's Dana. I just want to share something funny that Keith and Andrew are going to be in Chicago, but they're going to be there for a hockey tournament. So I don't think it'll be possible for them to go to the meeting. But I'd like to get the info just in case. You never know.
Oh, yeah, it's Catalina's office. It's done.
Yeah.
Corporate is flying Hannah in, to sample people and do some swag stuff. And
Okay.
so
Yeah.
it's done. But no, I'll get it to everybody. I
Okay.
don't want anyone doing anything with that when that's 2 weeks away, when our college in launch is 2 days away,
No,
So,
absolutely. Yeah.
like, deal with one at a time.
Mhm.
Who else? Hey, Linda,
have one-
unmute yourself and just say hi to everybody.
Who? Was that me?
Linda. Yeah,
Oh, Linda.
Linda, just unmute yourself, Linda.
Hi, guys. I'm new to the team. Went to the global convention. It was amazing. Had a great time. I feel like it helped me to reset my priorities, right? Because work can be overwhelming and I'm still got work to do tonight. But you know what? I made the time to be a part of this, and I see the potential in the products. I was there. I said, I need one of those elite packs. I need to try all the products.
We worked that out. We worked that out.
So anyway, I'm excited about that. Just to be a part of a team. I appreciate you both for reaching out and including me. Again, like I had said while I was there, I was like, why me? Why was I invited? But I appreciate your vision and your leadership style. And you guys are great. I'm just pretty excited to be a part. I
I'm
have a
going
lot
to share a little about Linda. First of all, Linda's a nurse practitioner. Okay, so that's her profession. But some of you may know Loretta Fussell. Some of you may not know Loretta. April and I have known Loretta for over 20 years. And Linda was shopping for shoes. And Loretta was next to her. And Loretta just kind of pitched her on the health benefits of the product. And one thing led to another, and before you know it, they were meeting and talking, and just the business is great if you open your mouth. Okay, you never know what will happen if you just talk to the person standing next to you. And they were complete strangers. So it's the business never ceases to crack me up. It just does. So anyway,
Yeah.
welcome aboard.
Yes,
We'll be
welcome
seeing a
aboard.
lot of
Thank you.
you.
Love
So
meeting you.
Thank you.
yeah.
Great. Thank you for coming.
Amen. Thank you.
A-
I do have a question.
Any other questions, comments?
I have a question. I do.
No?
So I appreciate that you've added me to the thread for collagen pics, right? So I can do Facebook somewhat. I've got a lot to learn with that, but how do I share that thread?
On the
Can I-
collagen pics, it's really
Yes.
easy. So
Okay.
number one, we never comment in there. It's not for talking.
Okay,
Okay, it's for
Okay.
taking the pictures that are in there so you can use them. Or if you get a good and before and after picture from a customer, you add it. But all you do is click on it and download it to your photos. And then you
Okay.
share it any way you want. So you don't share it
Okay.
from the group, although you could do that if you were both in Messenger, you could do it that way. But
Mhm.
what you want to do is put it in your photos and then create an album in your photos that are just before and after pictures. And then if you're ever talking to somebody and you get into the conversation, you can just hand them your phone and click on the album and say, look at these results. And you could have 100 pictures in your phone and let
Okay.
them just slide and slide and slide and look. So
right.
that's how you share it. You put it in
Awesome.
your photos and then you use it any way you want.
Great. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay.
I
Anyone?
wanted to
Cheryl?
thank you for the pizza and everything the other night. I wish we could have stayed later. But it was.
You had adventures in flying.
Right,
You
yeah,
just,
we had a long trip
yeah,
home.
you flew
It was.
from Phoenix to Tampa via other stops, I'll just say.
Yeah, JFK, and then
Yeah.
a 3-hour layover, but I also had a question. I'm starting reach outs
fresh tonight on Facebook. How many do you think that would help with the algorithms? 10 people, 20 people? Two,
3 or 5. They'll,
3 or
if
5?
you do anything in this business, it's consistent. I don't care if you only reach out to one person a day, it's consistency. Consistency will be big. We just have to be consistent.
You only want to reach out to the ones that you can personally talk with. So if you think you can talk with 5, then reach out to 5. If you think you can talk to 10, but it's something that needs to be done every day.
You just got to remember,
Yeah.
if you do 5 a day times 7 or 5 times 5 days. Let's say you're going to work, that's 25 people you're juggling now.
Mhm.
I'm full-time. I'm going to tell you 25 is a
It
lot
is,
of
right,
people.
yeah.
Because then, you've got to, you're creating a relationship with them. If you walked in a room with 25 new people, how many of those 25 would you actually walk out with friends? Maybe 1, maybe 2. So it's not a numbers thing where you need lots of numbers. You need concentrated effort on smaller amounts. So I would spend more time looking for somebody I like their vibe, or I just like them, and
You
and
like
maybe-
their posts
and
on
maybe
their
that's
wall.
what, the short conversations I had with Linda, just there's people, and I tell Bobby when I get off the phone, I know who I want. It's funny, I have a meeting Wednesday afternoon, unlikely candidate, person I would never talk to. He's a guard at a gate going into one of our new distributors' homes. And so, and I can tell her, when I told her this new distributor that I wanted him, his name is Corey, she was like, he's the guard gate. Now she has her own financial firm. She's done extremely well. These are, million-dollar, multi-million-dollar houses. So she's like, you want the guard gate? Well, he has an amazing, amazing personality. So when I went through one day, I just flipped him my phone number and said, call me. I've just started a new business. I didn't get into it. I said, just call me. We changed numbers, and then, I sent him a video, and now we're to the point where we're going to meet in person. So when you'll know when you find that person you like, that means everything. Don't deal with a person you don't like, same values, whatever it is. Not that there's anything wrong with different values, but it's so much easier when you get that person that you like. It doesn't seem like work anymore. You just enjoy talking to that person, and it'll happen naturally. Otherwise, you're
See,
forcing it.
in the beginning, and I wish I could shortcut it for you, but there is no shortcutting it, okay? In the beginning, you pretty much need to take whatever you can get, okay? That's just, you're going through a learning curve, you're learning how to use tools, you're learning how to communicate, you're learning how to handle objections, you're developing belief, you're sharpening your skills, okay? So in the beginning, you're going to take whatever you can get. But once you understand what you're doing, once your belief factor is there, you would never, ever, ever consider taking whatever just came by. You know what you want, and you go get what you want. And even if that person is not ready at that moment, you just keep developing the relationship until the doors open when they are ready. Okay. And that's yeah, you start to become picky after you get good and you've sharpened your skills. But don't get me wrong. When I say you take whatever you can get, that just means it's like a buffet, and you never know what's going to be great. Okay. There's a lot of sampling there going on. You never know what's going to be great. And here's the wild card. You never know who somebody else knows. You never know who they're related to. You never know who their family is. You never know who they know. And man, we have been, in our 30 years, we have been shocked at who people knew and who they had access to. And you would have never, ever, ever figured, let's say, after judging the book by its cover, okay, you would have never figured what was in that book. Okay. So, and we were one of those, okay? We looked like, okay, and me more than April, okay? April was always cute and blonde and pretty, okay? But me, seeing me in a factory with dirty clothes and stained pants and stained t-shirt and dirty with either sawdust or lacquer or paint or whatever, you never would have dreamed that I'd been self-employed since I was 12 years old. You never would imagine, not only did I own that factory, but I own 4 other art galleries to go with it. And it would have been real easy to judge that book by its cover. And you never would have known that I was hating what I was doing at that time and looking for something else to do. You would say, oh, you know, he's got those 4 galleries. He's got the factory. They live in a new house. They have a nanny in the house. They got new car. I hated it by that time. I was praying something different would come around. I was bored. You know, you ever get bored with what you're doing? That was me. I was bored. Okay. And, you know, so, you know, you got, April always say, I'm going to get that one. And she don't care if it's going to take 3 years. She's going to get that one. Okay. It's going that we always say that person's going down. So who else? What else you
Thank
got?
you.
Hope Jay is
You're
saying-
Jaya, you got on mute.
I have a question. Suppose I have new customer tomorrow for collagen. Will I get paid $15 for that next month?
Yes. Yeah. They're not going to not
So
pay somebody for what they do.
Vita is new. Vita is new. Suppose she gets 5 new customers this month, she will get paid $15 next month.
Yes. Yeah. But and then that's where it ends. I mean, yeah, they're never going to gyp anybody. It's just like they said if you read the fine print where it says, you know, the new promos end February 28th, there's also a line after that says, and you'll get a chance to qualify in March for the second time. You know, when they cut it off, if it was something that was kind of carried into 2 months, they pay on it. Okay, so, but yeah. Who else? So a mini
Hey.
goal for you, if you're new in the business, obviously you just want to start filling up with customers and distributors. But if you were in last month, you always want to make sure the next month is better than the prior month. Okay, well, I don't care if it's 10%, 20%, you always want the next month better. And the reason why you should learn to work that way is you have your subscriptions from the last month carrying over into the new month. So you should always be looking to add 10, 20. And, you know, for those of you that wanted to double your business, when I talked about that a few weeks ago, well, that number is 25% a month for 3 straight months and you double your business. That's the number. So, and I sent you all models on how to do that. But you always want to, you know, if you did 1,000 last month, you want to make sure you do at least 1,300 this month. If you did 2,000 last month, you want to do 2,500 this month. You always want to be building on the prior month. Okay. And
If you go into the app under me, it'll tell you what you've personally done every day and what your organization is
Yep.
doing. Gives you a figure, and it'll tell you if you're plus or minus on your recruiting or your organization. And you can look at that every day. And so if you always are in the green and it shows you green.
yeah, it's when you're minus, it's red.
Yeah.
And when you're plus, it's green. So it always shows you where you are.
So that's always a good indicator too.
And I'll tell you, this month's going to be a challenge for us. For the first time in our 5 years, we're on a 5-month winning streak. So this month would be 6 months. Well, you know, every month the number gets bigger, the challenge gets a little bigger. You know, it's like, but we have every intention of it being 6 months. Okay. And the way that happens is that everybody else is up a little bit. That's how that happens. You know, we can't do enough to make sure that we're up. Okay. The teams need to do it so that we can be up. But what else? Anything else?
Hey, Bob, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're echoing like crazy.
Wow. That's because Cheryl's down the hall.
All right,
Cheryl, mute.
Cheryl, mute. She is muted, so that wasn't it. Go
How's
ahead.
that? Any better?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Anyway, just to what you said about conversations, we have a neighbor that just lost her husband about a month ago or 2. Anyway, she's lived out in California and Arizona, and we've made friends, but she's always been resistant to different product ideas or trying this or trying that. Today, I sent her pictures from the event, of us at the event, different people, groups and stuff like that. and it sparked up conversation. And lo and behold, Cheryl came home and they started talking. She showed the pictures of the collagen before and after. Now she's ready to buy it.
Okay, but what's your question? That all
No,
sounds.
I'm just sharing that what you said about conversation, she was resistant to any product idea they had suggested, not trying to sell, but or trying it. And today, after I sent the pictures from the event,
Look, people want to do nothing more than buy. Everybody loves to buy. We just got to provide them with enough information so they want to buy. We don't have to sell anything, you know, and you know, they want to. I always think, you know, and April will tell you, I use this word a lot when I meet people, and you probably understand what I'm saying. I'll meet someone every once in a while and I just say, man, her likability factor is off the freaking charts. I mean, it's just like, and when I meet somebody like that, I want that person in the business. Some people have been blessed. God has blessed them with a likability factor. I don't know if you've ever met. If not, you absolutely need to meet Angie Harper and Kristen Bailey. Okay. And there are two people that we've had the good fortune becoming good friends with, and their likability, especially Kristen, she just exudes it. I mean, I don't know that I've ever met anybody with a higher likability factor than Kristen. I just don't know that I ever have. Maybe I have, I'm not sure. But that all of that happens and comes because of relationships and conversations and stuff like that. And then just out of the blue, like your neighbor, say, I want to buy that. Okay. Now I would tell you, you said lost her husband. So that mean, did he move out or did he pass?
he passed. It took
Okay.
from
So
20 days.
just be a very caring neighbor and don't push it. If she wants to buy something, let her buy it. If she has questions, you know, she's got questions, but we have a number of friends that recently lost their spouse, and
Yeah.
you just, that I call it, it's walking on eggshells. I don't know how else to describe it. You got to take it in the manner that they give it. You can't push it.
Right.
Okay. You just got to take it as they give it. And, but that's good. I mean, it's, you know, and maybe, you know, she's a little further down the road and she's looking at some other things. Maybe the initial shock is starting to, you know, to fade a little, but you got to be careful with that. Very careful.
Yeah. It's
And
all
do
low
what's going
key.
there.
It's all low key. It's just that
Good.
it's a friendship that's first. And
Good.
we had suggested different things in a year or two that they've been there.
Well, and friends will ask a friend when they're ready to buy. Okay, that you don't ever have to sell her. Okay, when she wants to buy something you got, she'll ask you because you're friends. So,
Right.
Well, she wants to meet with me Wednesday after I get home from work to order it, so.
good.
But just saying that it surprised me how she opened up so quickly.
I'm telling you, pictures speak 1,000 words. And that's why we all need to be showing a lot of pictures. Okay. Pictures speak 1,000 words. And this company has never had pictures before, you know, and, you know, we got used to doing business that way in our other company with before and after weight loss pictures. And we didn't have to sell nothing. They just said, if that stuff does that, I want it. Well, the collagen's the same way. If that stuff does that, I want it, you know, and that's all. And then that, the customers will lead into distributors. I mean, it's a natural occurrence. So.
All right.
Anyone else? All righty, I will get this edited and posted for anyone that might have missed it, but our next 48 hours, let's be getting people invited and committed to joining us on the Zoom, okay, on the launch on Wednesday night. And if anything comes up in the meantime, you know how to reach us. So have a good night. Bye, everybody.